morning, everybody. Happy Sunday, the last day of August. How did we get here? I don't know. But here we are. I am Elizabeth Kelly, your service pianist and choir director. Shameless plug, rehearsals resume on September 15th. Please come sing with us. We'd love to have you. I am joined today with the fabulous Dave Van Haren on drums, with, I'm going to make sure I say this right, Neil Lenzenmeyer here on the bass joining us. He has not been here in like over a year, so we're welcoming him back to his yearly Unity experience. And Brian Bay will be singing one special music tune for us in addition to our congregational music. We'll also have Marvinetta give us a little tune during her talk as well. So if you are willing and able to join us in singing, please stand, and we will get started with Gathering in Song. Here we go.
Opening the doors of spirit wide, we are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. There is abundance in our fellowship. We place our trust that we belong. We place our trust in this great holiness. This sacred space is our belong. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are walking in the light, starting out together on a journey to the miracles inside. There is a promise in our thankfulness. We know that when we seek, we find. We place our trust in this great holiness. This sacred space is yours and mine. We are walking in song, gathering the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. On a journey through the miracles inside. God, you are every mountain. God, you are every ocean. God, you are every canyon, every inch of earth and sky. God, you are every morning. God, you are every midnight. God, you are every moment, every second of my life. And everything I see, everything I do, everything I know is you. Everything above, everything below, everything I know is you. God, you are every sunrise. God, you are every moon.
Good morning. How you doing, Teresa? So I'm Joe Daly, and I'm your platform person for today. I want to welcome everybody who's here in the sanctuary in person, anybody who's joining us on the YouTube broadcast. And if you haven't already done so, please silence your phone. I got a new phone recently, and I had to learn how to turn it off. It's different. I want to thank the volunteers and the celebration team that makes this service possible, including ushers, PowerPoint, the hospitality team, bookstore and script sales, and of course, our musicians. Services won't happen without these individuals, so thank you. For any first-time attendees, we want to extend a special welcome, and you will find in the pew pocket in front of you a card that looks like this, and if you would care to share with us your information, we can stay in contact with you through our email listserv and find a way to support you in your spiritual journey. So, announcements. Today's speaker, Marvinetta, Woodley Penn. Finding Joy and Letting Go, our very own Marvinetta. Tomorrow being Labor Day, the office is closed. Tracy will be taking the day off. And the Power of Now discussion group kicked it back up last Thursday. So they are in action. And I want to point out that we have a power-packed September lineup of speakers. The ever-popular Brett Kuhn, and there'll be a workshop afterwards. Wendy Weaver, our first civilian to take the Second Sunday Spiritual Cafe. And Gabe Gyron, I think that's the Garon, who you may not recognize that name, but he was one half of Kinetic, or he is one half of Kinetic Effect. So it's been a few years since Kinetic Effect has been here, and I look forward to hearing what he has to say. And Brett's workshop is called Experiencing Chaos, or Peace in the Midst of Chaos. And you'll notice that the time is 11:30 to 1:30, and Democracy Fest begins downtown at 2 p.m. So you can do both things. Remember, Ken Greshak came here and talked to us about Democracy Fest, so we're being consistent. And Marvinetta also has a workshop that meets twice. First session is Wednesday, September 17th. The second is Saturday, September 20th, from 10 a.m. until noon. And my personal favorite, choir starts back up here in a couple of weeks. And you know, there's one thing about that September speaker list that I forgot. There's a date missing. Do you see that? Yeah. So the person that we had in that slot was unable to speak for us. So we did a little different thing. The guy that's coming to speak, his name is Reverend John McLean. We offered him the job, and he has accepted the position. And we're very close on contract, too. So things are proceeding rapidly and well. So if you could join me now for the mission. As an all-inclusive community, we awaken to spirit, grow into our souls, and build a better world. Our vision is we celebrate a world of ever-awakening consciousness, abundance, peace, and love for all. And our core values: love, authenticity, stewardship, oneness, and playfulness. And our land and labor acknowledgement. Our spiritual community acknowledges Black, Indigenous, and people of color whose lands and labor were forcibly taken. We pledge to promote understanding, equity, justice, and inclusivity. And the children's blessing for those in the building and in the community. As you go your way, know that you are loved, special, and important to us.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my power into the mountains. I send my power over the sea. I send my power into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me.
Thank you, Brian. Well, good morning. I'm Karen Colson, and I'll be leading you through our meditation service, this portion of our service, which is the reading of the daily word and meditation. So today's daily word is healing. The affirmation is, I use uplifting words to support my healing. A teacher asked students to draw self-portraits surrounded by rays of sunshine and swords radiating from their hearts. The rays represented uplifting words. The swords symbolized hurtful ones. This exercise powerfully illustrated that words can heal or harm. Today, I commit to using words that affirm my divinity. I receive these sentiments into my heart, acknowledging their truth. I release words that do not uplift me. I heal myself by using words of kindness and encouragement. I will also be mindful of the way I speak to others, choosing words that soothe, strengthen, and affirm. I honor the light within everyone and help create a healthy, compassionate world. And from Proverbs 4:20 through 22, my child, be attentive to my words. Do not let them escape from your sight. Keep them within your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and healing to all their flesh. So just take a moment to settle into the stillness. Allow your body to find a posture of ease, letting your hands gently rest in your lap. Let your shoulders soften, and close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And just begin to notice your breath. There's no need to change it, just observe it. Feel the air as it enters your nose and fills your lungs and then flows out again. Let your breath be your anchor, gently guiding you into this present moment. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and exhale slowly, fully. And again, inhale deeply, hold, exhale completely. With each breath, feel yourself arriving more fully here. Let the noise of the day fade into the background, and let your thoughts settle like dust in still water. Now bring your awareness to your body and scan slowly from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Notice where you're holding tension, perhaps in your jaw, your neck, your chest, your lower back. With each exhale, invite those places to soften. You are safe here. You are whole. And as you turn inward, imagine you're standing in a quiet forest. The air is cool and fragrant with pine. Sunlight filters through the trees, casting golden patterns on the ground. And you feel the earth beneath your feet, solid, steady, supportive. In your hands you carry a satchel. Inside are the things that you've been holding on to. Old stories, unmet expectations, fears, regrets, identities that no longer fit. They've traveled with you for a long time. Some have protected you, and some have weighed you down. Take a moment to honor them. Whisper a quiet thank you. They were part of your journey, but now you feel the invitation to release. And ahead of you is a gentle stream. Its waters are clear and flowing. And as you walk to the edge and kneel, one by one, you take each item from the satchel and place it in the water. And watch as they float away, carried by the current, dissolving into the light. Feel the space they leave behind. Feel the lightness in your hands, your heart, your spirit. Letting go is not loss. It is transformation. It is a sacred act of making room, room for grace, room for growth, room for joy. And now as you place your attention on your heart and feel its rhythm, feel the quiet joy that begins to rise, not from gaining, but from releasing. This is the joy of surrender, the joy of spaciousness, the joy of becoming. Take this with you into the silence. The joy of surrender, the joy of spaciousness, the joy of becoming. as you return from the silence to the sound of my voice. May your heart be open and your spirit be light, and your soul alive in the truth that letting go is not the end. It is the beginning. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes.
You who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's hell did slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the one you know why. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry. So just look at them and sigh, and know they love you. And you of tender years must know the fears that your parents did by, and so they teach them on your dreams before the truth, before they can die. Teach your parents well, their children's hell will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picked, the ones you know why. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would sigh. So just look at them and sigh, and know they love you.
I guess it's me. Well, thank you so much. And my gosh, Karen, did you read my presentation? Did you read not my presentation? I don't know if it's a speech. I don't know if it's a talk. I don't know just what it is, but I'm going to give it. Because it's like she was in my room when I was working on this thing, and she was looking over my shoulder at my computer screen, and she knew exactly what I was going to say. But I thank you so much, Karen. I thank you, Brian, for that lovely tune that took me back in time just a little bit. I thank you, Reverend Judy, for giving me this opportunity. And I really thank all of you guys, the Unity family, for trusting me to have something to say that's worth listening to. And I hope that by the time I'm done, I'm going to keep my eye focused on that clock back there so that I will not run out of time, because I can talk. I don't know if you know me, but those of you who do, you know I can talk. So I wrote everything down. If I deviate from this, just blame it on my head and not my heart. I had to get that order right, yes. So, and thank you, Liz, for allowing me to take a little time to do a little something at the end. You know, when I first talked about doing this talk. I was all excited. And then I said, oh, wait a minute now. What if I don't have anything to say? Or what if folk don't like what I say? Or what if people start falling asleep while I'm talking? And then all of a sudden, in the middle of all that mental madness and chaos, something just said, let it go. And simply say what's in your heart. So, I got to get this line right. Soon after that, ideals poured like a sudden Kalamazoo summer shower. Then words came, not in my time, but at the right time. And after a lot of pruning and patching and praying, this is my message. So I got to put my glasses on. Each one of us is a miracle. The fact that you are here right now at this point in time is nothing short of a miracle. See, generations of your ancestors, your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother, and then your grandmother, all the way down to your mother and father, had to meet and then mate. And then one sperm out of thousands of others had to swim like crazy to get that egg that lay in waiting, to penetrate it. And 9 months later, give or take, maybe a few less, maybe a few more for some of you, there you were, fresh and clean on the scene. And I think, see, I'm a poet also, but I think that when you entered this realm that we call our present now, our reality, I believe that like all babies, you possessed 4 ever-present gifts. And those gifts were curiosity, imagination, and trust. If you see any baby, that baby has such imagination. I look at my grandbabies when they were born. You give them anything. You give them a ball, and they will look at that ball. They will be so curious about that ball. They will play with that ball, turning that ball into everything because they have imagination. And then they have trust. They have trust that that mother is going to be there when they start crying. That mother is going to pick them up. That mother's going to feed them. That mother's going to give them change the diaper. That mother's going to give them love. But something, I don't know, something happens to us as we grow. And we start getting acculturated, or we start getting used to all the things around us, and we forget that we have those gifts. And I believe that those gifts are our keys. They open doors to people and ideas and experience that can surprise and delight us, but only when we engage the 4th key, and that key is love. I think it starts with the self-love, because if you cannot love yourself, guess what? It's very, very difficult to love anybody else. You know, from here, standing up here, my perspective is very, very different. Because I've sat in just about the same seat in the same row since I came to Unity. And guess what? That seat is my seat. It's my seat. And if I come to church and if somebody else is sitting in my seat, I kind of think, you know, I'm a nice person, but I still feel like you got some audacity to be sitting in my seat. So my seat became a habit. My seat became a habit. And that's just how habits form. We do things one at a time, and before you know it, we are fresh. We are in the midst of that habit. Now, I can easily break the habit and sit in another seat because, first of all, I'm aware that it is a habit and that I can sit in another seat and I can get a different perspective. Because I'm telling you, now my eyes are going to water, so that just happens. But, you know, from up here, my perspective is very different because I'm looking out. And you know, Karen, you know, and Joe, you know, and Reverend Judy, and all of you who've been up here, you know that this perspective is very different from that perspective. I walked at Absalom, I think it is, Lake Preserve every morning, and I got used to taking the same route from my house to get into the woods. And one day I was walking and something said, and I always say something, but I know that something is spirit. And when spirit says move, I move. So spirit said, move, let's go another route. Let's go in this way. And I tell you, when I went in that way, I saw things I had not seen. That walk was so beautiful. That it's always beautiful, but that walk was so beautiful. I'm like, oh my gosh. How many times do we take the same route going home, the same route to the store, get up and do the same thing in the same way, and don't even think about it? But that's how life is, one habit after another, and then we call it living. But let me tell you, life gonna be lifing. Now, what does that mean? That's something we say, life be lifing. I don't know if you all know what that means, but that means that one day something might come out of the blue and shake you out of your comfort zone. Something might come out of the blue and pull the wool from your eyes. And too often, we are not ready to change. You know, when I was young, I was 17. I had just had a baby. I was a teenage mother, unwed teenage mother. One moment, my mother was there. She was ironing. And she said, I'm going to run to the store. I'm going to run to the store. You want to go with me? And I said, no, I don't want to go. I'm on the phone. I'm doing things that teenage girls do. And I don't feel like getting the baby ready or anything. And about an hour later, I was getting a call from the hospital saying that you have to come up here. And in the blink of an eye, my mother was gone. It's okay. Oh my God, I started not to tell that story. It's okay. Now, I went through a lot after that because I had never washed a dish because my mother was a stay-at-home mom, right? I had never washed clothes. I had never ironed. I had never done much else than be a girl because she wanted me to be a girl. She didn't get a chance to be a girl. She says, no, you're going to be a girl. But in the blink of an eye, I had to change to become a woman. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that she had given me the things I needed to become the woman that you see standing before you today. Because she told me that there is nothing permanent in life, that change is the only thing that we can count on. And so you have to be ready always to let go. Now, I want to tell you a little story. No, before I tell you this story, I got to get back to my script, and I see I lost my place. I want to ask you some questions. I want to talk about habits one more time. Habits can be insidious things. They can be insidious things. I'm not going to tell too many stories. I got a story, but I'm not going to tell it because I'm looking at the clock. But I want you to think about your habits. Are they insidious or are they insightful? Ooh, that hurt. I mean, that hit somebody. I want to ask you these few questions. What habits might have interrupted your dreams? What dreams would you dare to dream if you truly believe that you are a miracle? What dreams would you believe if you knew, if you remembered that you are a miracle? There's nobody else like you, and there never, ever will be. When you were born, something special came along with you that nobody else can do. It took me a long time to believe that this little nappy-haired brown girl from East St. Louis was special. Because everybody else around me said, no, no, no. When I went to college, they were like, no, no, no. Because I went to a predominantly white school, right? It was right after the civil rights movement, so they had to let me in. And they gave me a lot of money, and I was grateful. But they kept telling me, no, no, no. I raised my hand when the sociology professor said, okay, I want to know what categories you are in. Are you upper class? Are you middle class? Or are you lower class? So he said, upper class, raise your hand. So a few people raised their hand. He said, middle class, I raised my hand. He said, put your hand down. You are lower middle class. Oh, it's okay. You won't keep, ooh. No, it's okay because life be lifing. And it taught me a lesson. What you think of me is not my business. It's what I know to be true about myself. And so in that moment, I had to let that teacher's opinion of me go. So I want to tell you a little story, another little story, about a girl. This girl started singing before she learned to talk. And I mean, she loved how singing made her feel inside. Singing just felt right, right, Liz? It just feels good inside. Oh, it feels so. You ready? Not yet, not yet. But it's just something about singing for this little girl that made her feel really good inside. And she sang all the time. Her singing became background noise. She knew every word to every pop song. She even knew the theme songs of the TV shows. This girl loved singing. So one day she's singing, and her mother all of a sudden said, would you please stop? Just shut up. And what makes you think you can even sing? It's okay. Y'all stop giving me those reactions now. The girl stopped singing and the feeling faded. But there was a subtle nudging that never stopped, even when her own self-talk was drowned out by her mother's angry voice. But the girl never knew what caused her mother's outburst. Didn't know her mother's story. A single woman doing her best to raise her own children while working 5 days a week in another family's suburban home. The girl knew nothing of her mother's loneliness, her dried-up dreams, and the tears only her pillow knew. Years later, the teenage girl decided to let go of that painful moment and take ownership of her story. And when she saw the high school choir director in the hallway, she chose courage over fear and said, I want to sing in the Christmas show. And the choir director said, well, let me hear what you got. She sang White Christmas in that moment. And a month later, she sang it in the school choir's Christmas show. Her mother was in the audience crying again, but this time it was tears of joy. It took that little girl 12 years to overcome her fear and say, I am going to let this feeling go, and I'm going to move in the direction of joy, and I'm going to share my joy with other people. Finding joy in letting go. I want to ask another question. Why do we sometimes cling to what hurts us more than we cling to what heals us? I want to say that one more time. Why do we sometimes cling to what hurts us more than we cling to what heals us? Now, I can tell by the looks on your faces that you don't know what I'm talking about. That you are not, and you never have, clung to anything that was hurting you. It's just me. That's okay. Because I've clung to a lot, darling. I mean, a lot. And we're not even going to get into that, at least right now. Because oh my gosh, let me move along. What am I talking about when I say joy, and what am I talking about when I say letting go? Now, joy is a deep sense of well-being and awareness of love living inside. It's feeling aligned with our true selves. It's a knowing that all is well. Letting go, as Karen said earlier, is releasing attachment or resistance to things we cannot change or control. It's loosening the grip of expectations, past hurts, or the need to influence outcomes. Letting go is not giving up. It's choosing to move through the fear and beyond our habits. Now, what kinds of things do we need to let go of? The first thing is memories. Oh my gosh, that self-talk is going now. You guys are already thinking about something. I can tell, I know, I'm a mind reader. You got the memories that pop up like nobody's business. No? Is it just me? Okay, that's okay. Memories of stories that they just keep showing up in our self-talk and in our conversations with other people. And then we got some people. We got relationships or expectations or assumptions on how those people should be in relationship to us. Do I need to say that again? We got expectations of people, not as they are, but how they should be, especially when it comes to us. Now, you can be that way with anybody else, but don't be that way with me. I'd appreciate it. Because you got to get the memo. This is how I need to be treated. And then, this one is really big for me, because when I left my home in Chicago, I moved. I had a three-story house, upstairs, main floor, basement. I got rid of stuff. I got rid of items I thought I could not live without. I mean, I had letters from boyfriends way back in college. I'm like, why are you holding on to this? The guy was dead, but I'm still holding on to the letters. I'm still holding on to a picture frame that broke. And right after I got it, it broke. And I said, I'm going to glue it one day. I'm going to get to it. I had to get rid of all that stuff. And how many of you sitting out there know good and well? You got a closet, you got a drawer, you got a garage, you got a shed, you got a storage unit. For all that stuff that's in the way, you need to let go, clean it out, start today when you go home. Start with a drawer, it'll be easy. And then we got some beliefs, some limiting beliefs about the world around us, about the possibilities of ourselves that keep us small, inside ourselves, dependent and operating from fear. And then we got those patterns. You know, the patterns I talked about, how we do the same thing all the time, sitting in that same seat, Marvin Natta. We get on that hamster wheel where we get up in the morning, we have our coffee, we get dressed, we do one thing, and then we come home, and then we go to bed, and then we get up the next day. And we do basically the same thing. We get on that hamster wheel. But remember, if you always do what you always done, what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. And if you're happy, because I can tell some of you are really happy, but I'm going to say it one more time. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. Many of our habits of mind and our ways of living are not our fault. We were born like the baby that I talked about in the beginning, pure, open, ready, receptive. But what happened? Parents start saying, do this. In our family, we do this, we don't do this, you do that. I do this, you do that. And we learn, I need to shut up. I can't be this, I can't be that. And then we go to school, and they're worse. They give you all these rules, speak when spoken to, shut up, just listen, just do what I say do, huh? Or maybe your school was different. I think his school was different than mine, and that's okay. That's okay. And then we get friends. Goodness gracious, our friends. Some of the things that they tell us. And then we start believing all those things. And we start operating from those patterns. And then we start holding on to those beliefs about ourselves. But I'm here to tell you that you can let all of that go. Now, how do you know when it's time to let something go? You get a feeling. You just get this feeling, and I'm almost out of time. But you get this feeling of ennui. We call it ennui. And it's a feeling where something just ain't right. I'm not comfortable anymore. It just doesn't feel right. Or you can get chaos, where everything just seems to be going crazy. Or you get a sudden loss, like my mother leaving me all of a sudden. But she's right here. She's so proud. She's so proud of me right now. Or you get some negative energy. You get negative energy, and then you start believing that negative energy is your reality. And you become the victim of life. And everything you say is about how somebody else treated you, about how the system is against you. Like the system just came out of nowhere and said, that little girl right there, I'm going to get her. And we say, instead of saying, what can I do? We start saying, I can't do anything because nobody will let me. Or we get comfortable. We get so comfortable and we think that that's the way I'm supposed to be. But let me tell you that comfort is the enemy, because your comfort zone is a place of stagnation disguised as stability. And the longer you stay there, the harder it is to let go. Now, how can you let go? You can ask yourself these questions. What story have I told myself about this person, thought, or thing? Is that story still true or relevant to the person that I am today? What's the worst that can happen if I do decide to let that picture frame go? Let that letter from that boyfriend who died go. What's the worst that can happen? Nothing. You can learn from others. You can come to Unity every Sunday and learn from the talks that are given up here. You can learn from books that you read, the right kinds of books that you read. You can listen to uplifting podcasts. You can get some radical honesty about the only person who matters in the world, and that person is you. You can stop telling yourself fibs. You can look in the mirror and say, not today, not anymore. I'm going to come face to face with the person that I really want to be, and I'm going to let this go. And then, when you let it go, you can say, thank you for what you taught me, but I no longer need you. So you can say to that memory of that person who maybe did you wrong 20 years ago, thank you for what you taught me, but I no longer need you. I just don't need you anymore. And what happens when you let go? Oh my gosh, I got to close with this. What happens when you let go is that you might get scared and you might run back to your comfort zone. But you will start operating from a deep-seated belief that what you have, that what's truly yours and what's meant for you is the right thing for you because it resonates with your spirit. And if it does go, then it was not yours to begin with. Curiosity will guide you. Your energy will change and other people will notice. And this is one thing that's going to happen too. When you start changing, other people might leave your life, and that's okay because they were comfortable with that old you. But when you decide, I've got to let things go because I want to live in joy, some people are not going to like it. Don't believe me? Try it. And one of the last things is you will stop saying yes when your heart is saying no. Maybe I'm just the only one, again, with this issue. But you will stop saying yes when your heart says no. Try it. You might get into a habit of letting go and making space for joy to come in because joy is waiting on the other side. And the universe will start to whisper and say, come this way, walk this way, come over here. And like that little girl, when you get tired of being tired, you would take ownership of your story, only to find love and joy and new beginnings on the other side. And in closing, I ask you to remember that you are a miracle. Remember that you are never so stuck that you can't get unstuck. You can always let go. And remember your ever-present gifts: curiosity, imagination, trust, and love. And last but not least, I need you to remember that this is a joy-filled, delicious, and wonderful, wonderful world.
fields of green, red roses too. I've watched them bloom for me and for you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day and the warm and sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Colors in the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on the faces of most people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They are really saying, I love you. I see babies cry. I've watched them grow. They'll learn so much more than you and I will ever, ever, ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
Now it's time for us, our giving. Can we please recite the offertory blessing with me? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And as the ushers go forward and Liz continues that amazing song that Louis Armstrong made popular, that Liz sings so beautifully, that I felt with my dry mouth that I would give you a little rendition of today. I just want you to think about what you're willing to let go of, what it might be time to let go of. If it's one small thing, start small. I have a story I could tell about a young lady who decided that she was going to let go of she was going to release some weight. Because she had gained some weight, and she decided, I'm going to release this weight. And she started small, just a little bit at a time. And I looked at her a few months later, she had lost almost 50 pounds. We can start small today. A year, a month, a week later, you'll see a difference. Thank you.
So today we're doing things a little bit differently. We're letting go and breaking our habit of the order in which we do things. So I don't know if it was uncomfortable for you, but recognize that feeling, and it's okay. Because that's the message of your speech today. Your talk.
My talk.
Yes. So another round of applause, please, for Marvinetta. Sweet Spirit, we are grateful for these gifts given today and for those that we receive throughout the week. Inspire us to use them wisely to strengthen and support our mission and vision of the work that we share with our community partners. We send our love and prayers to everyone who has been affected by fires, floods, and other weather-related events, and we pray for everyone and anyone who is facing challenges of any sort. We affirm that their needs are fulfilled with loving kindness, compassion, and the resources required to restore wholeness and peace of mind. Strengthen us to stand for what is right and for what is good, especially in the face of intolerance and inequity. And remind us, remind us to respond to fear-based thinking with love, compassion, and justice. We affirm that divine order is always present because we are enough and there is enough. Thank you. And at this point, we would say the search team affirmation, but we don't need that anymore. So if you'll join me in the prayer for protection and stand as you are able. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And at this time, it's the peace song, and if you're comfortable, hold hands with your neighbor. If not, hands across your heart.
Which one? Oh, sure.
You start right on the verse.
So 1, 2.